Mac Scorpio on General Hospital is one of the soap's most beloved characters and has been everything from police commissioner to a restaurant owner. Newer viewers might not realize it, but Mac has quite a history in Port Charles. Mac first appeared back in 1991 and has been played by John J. York the entire time. Heck, the actor even took the character over to ABC's sister soap All My Children for a brief visit and also appeared on the GH primetime spin-off, Night Shift. Mac arrived in Port Charles with a bang when the ship he was on caught fire after an explosion and he was pulled out of the water by his estranged older brother, Robert Scorpio. When multiple attempts were made on Robert's life, Mac was arrested for attempted murder. It was revealed that their animosity stemmed from a plane crash that killed their parents and Robert's fiancée years ago when Mac was the one flying. When an earthquake hit Port Charles, Mac escaped from jail and tried to flee town. Robert attempted to stop him and in the struggle, knocked Mac overboard, and when nobody was found, Robert feared he'd killed his brother. Robert was later led into a trap where he found his brother in upstate New York, and they realized someone was setting them up. When Robert was shot, Mac donated blood to save his brother's life and they buried the hatchet. While on the run working to clear his name, Mac fell in love with a deaf woman named Dominique Taub and tried to help her fake her death to escape her abusive husband. Mac helped Robert and Anna Devane take down the cartel, and one of their members was Dominique's husband, freeing her to be with Mac. After Robert and Anna were presumed dead in a boat explosion, Mac became legal guardian to their daughter, Robin Scorpio. Eventually, Mac and Dominique's relationship fell apart and they split up. Mac and Robert didn't always get along. ABC/Scott Garfield. When Felicia Jones returned to Port Charles with amnesia, Mac used his PI skills to help unravel the mystery behind her lost memories. He hired her to work at his restaurant, the Outback, and they began falling for each other. When she remembered witnessing Ryan Chamberlain killing a woman in Texas, Mac protected her from the serial killer and faked her death to throw him off. Eventually, Ryan was caught, but he escaped to attend Mac and Felicia's wedding with a bomb. Although Ryan was subdued, the wedding never happened, and when Frisco Jones returned to Port Charles to visit an ailing Maxie Jones, Mac could see Felicia was still in love with her ex and backed off. But they remained good friends, and Mac treated both of her daughters, Maxie and Georgie, as his own children. Mac didn't approve of Robin's new boyfriend, Stone Cates, because of his involvement with local mobster, Sonny Corinthus. When Robin revealed that Stone had AIDS, and they'd had unprotected sex, Mac was scared and angry, but eventually softened towards Stone. When Robin tested HIV positive, Mac was supportive, and after Stone passed away, he had an AIDS quilt made in his memory. Although Mac had been dating Catherine Bell, she was jealous that he had started spending more time with Felicia and turned down his marriage proposal. Mac became police commissioner and got kidnapped by a woman named Tess, whose missing husband Mac resembled. Felicia had accepted a marriage proposal from the fake Mac, James Meadows, and after Tess and James were apprehended, everyone still expected Mac and Felicia to tie the knot. They were going to call it off, but then Lucy and Kevin backed out of their double wedding, so Felicia told everyone the whole story, then became Mrs. Mac Scorpio. Mac and Felicia weren't planning on getting hitched but changed their minds. Soap opera update: their marriage was fine for a while, but Mac grew jealous when Felicia began working closely with Luke Spencer. When Caesar Fison returned looking for revenge, he kidnapped Felicia, and Luke also got caught trying to rescue her. After Mac rescued them, Fison sent him a video with the captives nearly making love. Mac was devastated and later railroaded Luke on charges of murdering Stefan. When Felicia took the stand to reveal she and Luke were together the night of the murder and Stefan turned up alive, Mac resigned as police commissioner. Mac and Felicia teamed up again to investigate the murder of Joseph Sorrell, and he tried to warn her about dating Roy DeLuca. Mac also worked with Felicia to solve the murder of Luis Alcazar. When Felicia left for Texas to care for her grandmother, Mac had his hands full dealing with Maxie and Georgie's teenage troubles. But Mac's disapproval of Georgie's relationship with Dylan Quartermain had nothing on Maxie's sex tape being broadcast on the internet and nearly dying of a drug overdose. Meanwhile, he was still trying to keep the criminal element in check, and during a shootout between the cops and the mob at the hotel, Mac was badly burned in a fire. Felicia returned to care for her daughters and helped Mac recuperate. Mac was crushed by Georgie's murder, and although happy when Robin returned to Port Charles, didn't approve of her dating Patrick Drake. Later, Mac flirted with Alexis Davis and was shot by Warren Bauer, who wanted revenge for his son, Kiefer's, death. Felicia came home again when Maxie was in legal trouble and reconnected with Mac romantically. Unfortunately, Frisco showed up and wanted her back. But when push came to shove, Felicia chose Mac, and they were remarried at his restaurant, now called the Floating Rib. Felicia knew which of the two men in her life was more reliable, Paul Skipper/JPStudios.com. Mac mostly just ran his restaurant, but assisted Jordan Ashford and Curtis Ashford in their investigation of the murders that turned out to be committed by a not particularly dead anymore Ryan. When Jordan was injured and required time to recuperate from a kidney transplant, Laura asked Mac to step in as acting police commissioner. And when Jordan continued her investigation of Cyrus Renault, Mac was still in charge when the drug runner had a bomb planted at the Floating Rib. And when Maxie was at the center of Peter August's reign of terror, he stepped up to help keep her safe. Stay tuned to see how Mac's story continues to unfold. Love GH? Be sure to join our We Love General Hospital Facebook group to chat about all the latest storylines and juicy gossip. Ad block test, why?